So I'm live, huh? Okay. Well, let's get this show on the road right now. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. This is an HTFL broadcast, the Hometown Football League. I'm Big Polly, in the flesh, baby. Thunder Lips, Rocky 3. And today we're going to do, or tonight, actually, because it's about 7 o'clock here on the East Coast, New York traveling to Philadelphia to determine who will be leading the Upper East Division when the night is over with. New York started out 4-0, and they lost last week to Baltimore. Philadelphia lost their first two games, but has won the last three. So this should be a good battle. A couple of old school rivals. New York is a combination of the Giants, Jets, and some of the pre-war, post-war teams, or I would say during the war, Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Yankees, New York Bulldogs. You might see a few of those players on this team. And of course, before the Jets were the Jets, they were the New York Titans. So you see some of those. And Philadelphia is just Philadelphia, of course. But Philadelphia has had of course, a very long tradition in the National Football League. And as I look at the clock, we are at 6:56. So I'll just chat it up for about 3.5 more minutes. And then tomorrow we will start with week number 7. We'll do a couple of games, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Then Monday, it's looking kind of dicey here in the Tampa Bay area. We could be getting something tropical. They are predicting that now, but the one thing about living in Florida, especially the west coast of Florida, say Tampa, you don't get too many hurricanes. Many of the hurricanes get up to the Panhandle and go to the southern part of the state. It's kind of rare for Tampa to get a hurricane, kind of rare for Jacksonville to get a hurricane, although it does happen. So Monday will be a wait and see, depending on what the weather will be looking like then. We will do our weekend streams. Grand Slam Wrestling will be available at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. I'm sure a lot of you in TV land got to see your wrestling shows in the morning on Saturday morning. Some places. Here in Tampa, you would get it at, for the longest time, you would get wrestling at 7 o'clock on Channel 44. And then by the late 80s, they had a wrestling block on Channel 28 for 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And then we're going to do our Franchise Hockey Manager 6. And we will do the elimination games as the Hartford Whalers battle the New York Islanders. And of course, in real life, the New York Islanders won it all. So this will be a real uphill battle for Hartford. But I'm very happy with how well they did in my simulation, making the final 8. That was something they did not do in real life. They were kicked out in the first round of the playoffs in the Stanley Cup that year in real life. I am live, right? Yes, I am. Okay. We'll wait a couple more minutes and then we'll start doing the game. The way I'm going to do the game is this. I'm going to do a quarter, then I'm going to come back and chat and talk to you all for a little bit. And then we'll do the second quarter, come back, do the chat. Third quarter, same. Fourth quarter. If we go to overtime, I'll chat a little bit in the fourth quarter, but we'll go at a little bit of a slower pace tonight. And this is not the first HTFL live stream I have done, but doing this with one monitor is going to be tricky. But I think I can do it. And I wouldn't be doing this live stream if I didn't think I could do it. So like I said, New York and Philadelphia. New York 4-1, Philadelphia 3-2. We might as well just get the game started. Now I'm going to change screens here, and the screen's going to look trippy until I switch over to the game. So just hold on a moment. I hope nobody is taking drugs. There we go. And there that goes. And there we go. New York 4-1, Philadelphia 3-2, but I've already said that like 3 times. Philadelphia is favored by 2. Should be a close game. 62 and calm in Philadelphia, but because it's Monday night, I have a house rule that I like to knock the temperature down 10 degrees. So it's going to be 52 calm, no precipitation at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. I control Philadelphia, and the computer controls New York. I always control the home team. New York won the toss, will receive. And it is going to be Eli Manning against Donovan McNabb in this quarterback tilt. Bill Parcells running the Giants, Andy Reid running Philadelphia. The Giants are the only team that plays a 3-4 defense, and we'll get to that when we do the starting lineups. Christie, Sanders, and Glenn back deep for the Giants, who are also the Jets, and also the Bulldogs, and also the Yankees, and also the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Illegal block. Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
Weinmeister called for the illegal block, and that backs up the Giants some to the 20. The kick was returned to the 39 by Christie, but the penalty is going to bring that back 19 yards. Starting lineups for New York, it's going to be Barber and Snell at running back, Beckham Jr. and Powell at wideout, Rich Castor of the Jets at tight end, Eli Manning at quarterback, Peyton Manning quarterbacking Indianapolis in the HTFL, Brown, Snee, Mangold, Younce, and Powell, your offensive line. For Philadelphia, and it's not a bad defense at all. Simmons and Douglas, your defensive ends. Wistert and Brown make up the front four. Bednarik, Berge, and Bond, your linebackers. Bednarik, of course, was the last of the Iron Men who would play both ways at center and linebacker up until 1960. So he was considered the last of the two-way players until Deion Sanders came along and a few others who could play corner and play wideout. Allen, Vincent, Dawkins, and Norton, your defensive backs. And on 1st and 10, let's see what happens here. Manning back to throw, looking for Powell, but that's incomplete. I'm going to move my little StreamYard note over here to the right side where I probably won't need to see it. So just bear with me here a moment, folks. 2nd and 10, ball to 20. That's incomplete. Looking for Castor. Dawkins was on the coverage for Philly. George Sauer is going to come on and become the third wideout. And let's see where he is. He's up there, number 83. Sauer, I believe, played for the Jets, and he did. So he's a part of the New York Giants, whether he wants to be or not. 3rd and 10, ball to 20. That's incomplete, and Manning starts the game 0 for 3. He tried 3 passes, and none of them found their target, so it's 3 and out for the Giants. Still reeling from their upset loss to the Colts at home in Week 5. Younce is the punter, I do believe, unless they change punters. And Younce, who also plays on the offensive line, gets a 47-yard punt off. Pritchard hemmed in after a 3-yard return, so the Eagles get it 1st and 10 at their own 36. We'll set the Philadelphia and New York lineups, Philadelphia offense and New York defense. McCoy and Kish are your running backs. Jackson and McDonald, your wideouts. Retzlaff at tight end. McNabb at quarterback. Brown, Mathis, Kelsey, Andrews, and Wistert, your offensive line. Star-studded defense for New York. The 3-4 set. Strahan, Gastineau, and Weinmeister, your front 3. Your 4 linebackers, Taylor, Sam Huff, that's Lawrence Taylor, Sam Huff, Carson, and Lewis. Revis, Glenn, Patton, and Sanders, your defensive backfield. So not a lot of weak spots on this New York team. LaShawn McCoy, trap left on 1st down. Loses a yard, tackled by Michael Strahan. They'll go to Jackson on the short cross. And instead it was dumped off to Kish, but he gets no gain. And it'll be 3rd and 11. We'll go Jackson medium hitch. and hope that works. Off the hands of Jackson. And just like New York, Philly will have to go 3 and out. Roy Zimmerman back to punt for Philly. That was me hitting an erroneous button. Tunnell, a return of 8 after a 46-yard punt, so the net was 38. First and 10 for the Giants at the 27, 12:52 left. Opening quarter, we still have no score. And here's your first and 10 play. They'll go to Tiki. Tiki Barber gains 2. Wistard on the stop for Philly. Second and 8. Ball at the 29. Manning. Incomplete, looking for Barber. Now you got a 3rd and 8. Ball still at the 29. See what Manning can do here. Marker.
Offsides, defense. Number 24, 5-yard penalty.
And they get Brown. I believe that is Jerome Brown. We'll take a look at him real fast. There he is out of the University of Miami. 3rd and 3. Ball at the 34 now. And something happened there. Flea flicker.
Intentional grounding. Offense. Number 10.
But Manning had to throw it away.
Penalty, loss of down.
And the Zebras rule that intentional grounding. So, brings up 4th and 13 from the 24. Obviously, New York will punt here this early. Younce to Pritchard. 45-yard punt, 3-yard return. 11:46 left. Opening quarter. I think both teams have had we've had 3 and out, a 3 and out, and a 3 and out so far. So hopefully this game will get a little better. No score. And Philly takes over at their own 34 on that 3-4 set by the Giants. This time it's McCoy who gains 11. It took McCoy 31 carries to get 100 yards against Tampa Bay last week in that win. And now it's 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll go to Kish. Dive play. Loss of a yard.
Face mask. Defense. Number 70. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
They get Sam Huff for a face mask call. So that's a first down. Move the ball to the 50. Sweep left with McCoy on 1st and 10. Blitz coming. See if Philly could beat it. They can. Gain of 8 and Harry Carson on the tackle. You see him there out of SC State. 2nd and 2, ball at the 42. Good time for try a long pass here, and that's what Philly is up to. Here's Jackson. Play action long. Looks like a first down. Well, let's check the marker.
Illegal motion. Offense. Number 29, 5-yard penalty.
And the first down is nullified as Jackson gets called for an illegal motion. Dump off was the catch, but that play will not count. 2nd down and 7. Trap right McCoy. A gain of 5. And Lewis on the stop. That is Mo Lewis out of Georgia. Played for the Jets. 3rd and 2. Ball at the 42. McNabb dive play. And he pushed it upfield, but there was a fumble, and McNabb recovered it, but he did not get the first down. So Philly will have to play field position here. Sideline punt by Zimmerman at the Giant 42. And that goes out of bounds at the 10, a 32-yard punt. 8:36 left in the opening quarter, but at least Philly got some first downs. Still no score. Ball at the 10 for the Giants. 1st and 10 from there. And Tiki Barber breaks free. 25 out to the 27, a pickup of 17. He has 2 carries for 19 yards. 1st and 10, ball to 27. Manning finding Powell for a 14-yard gain, and that was Allen making the tackle. Now, First and 10, Giants at their own 41. That is Snell, who gains a yard. Douglas on the tackle for Philly. Second and 9, ball at the 42. A screen to Barber, who gains at 11, and Bednarik makes the stop. So now the Giants cross the Philly 50. First and 10 at the 47. That's underneath to somebody, and it's Tiki Barber, a gain of 8. And Bednarik has back-to-back tackles. Second and 2 at the 39 with 5:31 left. And that's a loss of 4. Barber got stuffed by Douglas, and it's now 3rd and 6. All to 43. And a marker.
False start. Offense, number 88, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Things go bad to worse for the Giants as Castor called for a false start, and that makes it 3rd and 11. Looking for Powell, incomplete. And it's now punting time for the Giants, unless they fake it or unless there's a turnover or something like that. We're going to watch for the fake, just based on field position. Caught at the 15. I'm going to fair catch it. And it's fair caught at the 11 by Pritchard. Loss of a yard on the return and probably took a backward step. We have 3:56 left. Opening quarter, it's still no score. Kish, dive play on 1st and 10 from the 10. And that's Huff bringing him down. The violent world of Sam Huff. That's a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 from the 12. They'll go Retzlaff. Short cross. And he's got it, I do believe. Yes. A gain of 11. Patton made the tackle for the Giants. 1st and 10. Ball to 23. We'll go McCoy. Pitch left. And that's a loss of 4 yards. Not going to be able to do much against this Giant defense. You're just going to have to call your plays and hope for the best. Harry Carson stuffed McCoy there for a 4-yard loss. 2nd and 14 at the 19. And I had the computer call that play, and it was a sack.
Repeat, 2nd down.
But it's like I never let the computer call it at all because there were offsetting penalties. So we'll just do this game play over. 2nd and 14. Short pass to McCoy. Off the hands of Retzlaff. Pass may have been caught by Retzlaff. Challenged the ruling of an incomplete pass. Be a 2-yard gain. Which would be 3rd and 12. I'm not going to challenge this early. 3rd and 14. Medium pass. We'll look for McDonald. Incomplete. And McNabb has started 2 out of 5. Manning has started 3 out of 9. Zimmerman back to punt. And that went 46 yards, a return of 6 by Tennell. Minute 30 left, opening quarter. No score. This is Manning. He throws to Castor, incomplete. So both teams struggling with the passing game. Barber loses a yard. Simmons made the tackle on that play. 3rd and 11. No wind, just a cool, crisp day. Monday night game. 3rd and 11. A throw, incomplete, looking for Castor. So Philly will get it back, barring something unforeseen at this moment. Punt return. And we'll go for the punt return. Pritchard back at about his 15. And that's a return of 1. The punt went 48. 32 seconds now left in this first quarter. Trap right McCoy. And we'll get out of the first quarter. Loss of a yard. Gastineau made the stop. And that's the end of the first quarter. We have no score. And how's everybody doing, folks? Tabletop Sports Delaware, how are you, sir? You are watching, hop in the chat. Gonna hop, Holly? Yeah, I only have one monitor, so the way I do this is I do a quarter, then I come back and chat. I do a quarter, then I come back and chat. That's pretty much how I'm doing it. If you're watching, hop in the chat. Well, with one monitor, I'm just watching. I'm playing, but I can't watch what everybody says. And gonna hop, Holly. Gotta get dinner going. Okay. Well, good we have somebody watching us. So this first quarter was, as William Shakespeare would say, full of sound and fury and signifying nothing, as we have no score. And we're going to get back to it. Maybe I should come back in about halfway through the quarters. Maybe we'll do that instead. Okay. New York, 48 yards of total offense. Philly has 31. New York has run 16 plays, 11 of them passes. Philly has run 13 plays, and 8 were rushes. So we'll see what's going on here. 2nd and 11, ball at the 12. Jackson, short out, medium out, I'm sorry. And that's caught by Quick for a gain of 5. And it's now 3rd and 6 at the 17. 4 wides now. They'll go to Westbrook on a screen. There's some room to run, but that's incomplete.
Holding. Offense, number 69.
And the holding penalty won't matter. So it's now 4th and 6. Zimmerman back out to punt. We've had a lot of these so far. And that is Tennell, who gains 4 yards. The punt went 40. Tom Brookshire made the tackle for Philly. I know some of you remember him. Used to team up with Pat Summerall. 1st and 10. Giants have it at their own 47, and we are just beginning quarter number 2.
Holding. Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty.
That's Snee, who gets called for holding, and that backs the Giants up 10. 1st and 20 at the 37. Barber stuffed by Bednarik. 3 more yards lost. 2nd and 23 at the 34. Incomplete. It's intended for Powell, tipped by Norton. So now it's 3rd and a cab ride for Trenton, New Jersey. Incomplete. For Sauer, tight coverage by Allen. And back we go to Philly. Eli Manning has started 3 out of 13. Pritchard, a 1-yard return. The punt went 44. And it's 1st and 10. The ball at the 23. We have 12:58. Second quarter, we have no score. And the way these teams are playing, especially defensively, who knows if we'll ever get one. Sweep left, McCoy on 1st and 10. A little misdirection, and McCoy could not turn the corner, and Huff knocks him out at the 23. 2nd and 10. From there, we'll go Jackson, short slant. Blitz coming, which might work to the Eagles' favor, and it does. He's short by a foot of the first down. Revis made the tackle. So Jackson visits Revis Island. 3rd and inches, ball to 33. We'll go McCoy on the dive. And did he get the first down? Yes, he did. Gain of a yard. Ball to 34. 1st and 10. We have not had too many first downs in this game. We've had a few. Off tackle right, McCoy. That's a gain of 2. Lewis on the stop. Mo Lewis for the Giants. 2nd and 8. Ball to 36. Oh, I called a computer play again. McCoy dropped by Huff for no gain. And McCoy getting a little tired, but we'll keep him in for the 3rd down play. Quick, medium slant. Incomplete. And McNabb not off to a good start either. He's 4 out of 9, 26 yards. Zimmerman will go back to punt. See what happens here. And that is a punt of 43 yards. 3-yard return by Tennell. So back and forth we go. The Giants now have a 1st and 10 at their own 24. This is Snell. And Snell gains 3 yards. And Norton makes the tackle at the 27. 2nd down and 7 from there. We have 9:08 left in the opening quarter. Second quarter, I'm sorry. That is to Beckham, and Beckham picks up 12 yards. Manning threw for 346 yards, I think. It's either 346 or 348 against Baltimore, but it was a losing effort. 1st and 10, ball to 39. Snell with a pickup of 4. Bednarik makes the stop for the Eagles. 2nd and 6 at the 43. Douglas comes up and lowers the boom on Manning. A loss of 10. Ruling that a coverage sack, and I could agree with that. Manning kept the ball too long there. 3rd and 16 at the 33. And a marker before the play.
False start. Offense, number 60. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Younce. It's called for the false start. 3rd and 21. That's to Sauer, and he has an 11-yard catch, but it was way short of the 1st down. Needed 21, he got 11. And Younce is back in punt formation again. Punt return for Philly. And then he only gained a few yards there. 4-yard return. Punt went 51. And I will come back into chat. Yep, we're a little more than midway through the second quarter. No score. Both teams moving the ball with great difficulty. Although Philly and the Giants have all had their moments so far in this game. So we'll see what happens as this game progresses. 10 points might be enough to win it here. That's what I'm starting to think. So I will disappear. And I will bring up the game screen again. And it's 1st and 10 1st and 10 Eagles at their own 14. They got to go 86 yards for a touchdown. And here's McCoy. No gain. Carson on the stop. 2nd and 10. As I hear it raining outside here in the Tampa Bay area. Medium fly to McDonald. That's incomplete. Just beyond the reach of McDonald's, and it was Haynes on the coverage for New York. Now a 3rd and 10. McCoy, screen pass. Maybe he'll get 10 yards here and this way, but not to be. Huff with the stop on McCoy after a gain of 4. 4th and 6, and we go back to the punting game, and here's Zimmerman. That punt goes 45. Tennell singled for a fair catch. Again, there's no windy conditions. It's just a little bit on the cool side, 52 degrees. And maybe that's affecting the throwing games. Manning 5 out of 15 and McNabb 5 out of 11. So this might come down to who has the better running game. 1st and 10, ball to 37. Who could get that one good play? Incomplete. Looking for Powell and well covered by Eric Allen. 2nd and 10. I nearly said 2nd and 11. Read the down and distance, Paulie. Ball to 37. Barber picks up 6. Troy Vincent makes the stop. Now a 3rd and 4.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty.
And this is Powell, who gets called for the false start. Ball is now at the 38 for a 3rd and 9. Incomplete. Vincent deflected it, and the Giants will be punting again. See if I can see how many times there have been punts in this game, just looking at the screen here. Well, the Giants are 0 out of 8 in converting third downs, and Philly is 1 out of 7. So that I can tell you. Here's Younts, back to punt. You'll see it in a moment. Pritchard gained 2 after a punt of 41. We have 2:59 left, and what has turned into quite the defensive struggle. We have no score, and we have LaShawn McCoy going to sweep it right. And McCoy gains 5. Taylor on the stop for the Giants. Big old LT. 2nd and 5 at the 28. We'll go Kish, and we will pitch it left. Kish playing as a more or less a fullback. Fumble recovered by the Giants, and that's how you get on the board, boys. Sam Huff scooped up the fumble and ran it back 29 yards. And we have our first score of the game. And here's your point after try. Good by Nugent. 7-0 Giants with 2:13 left to go. And this is the replay of the extra point for some reason. Brown, Nelson, Van Buren back for Philly. And they will down it 4 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. So the Giants have a 1st and 10 at the 20. Not the Giants, the Eagles. McCoy off tackle right. Gastineau brought him down, a 3-yard play. He's doing a wild dance. And that'll be it to the 2-minute warning. It's 7-0. The Giants leading on a defensive touchdown. Retzlaff, medium hitch.
Holding offense. Number 73, 10-yard penalty.
Kelsey caught it, but he loses a yard. Kelsey, the center. And doesn't matter because Philly gets called for holding. We'll see Kelsey here. Give him a little profile. Jason Kelsey out of Cincinnati. He played in 2015. The player card that the historical set picked for him was 2015. 2nd and 17. We used the Pro Football Historical Collection from Dave Koch Sports for this series. Medium slant to McDonald on 2nd and 17. And McDonald's got a 1st down, pickup of 19. 1:48 left, and Philly will use the timeout. Each team had all 3 timeouts remaining up until the moment just now where Philadelphia used their first. We'll go Johnson short out on 1st and 10 from the 32. And there's Jackson. Gains 8, but he did not get out of bounds, so they will go no huddle. Medium pass to Jackson again in a 3-wide set. And McNabb with running room down to the 40, down to the 39. He picks up 21. And the Eagles will burn another timeout. They have 1 left, the remaining part of this half. Quick, long fly on 1st and 10. At the 39, there's the throw. Glenn got a hand on it to deflect it. And it is now 2nd and 10. McCoy, short pass. And he gets the 1st down on that. Pick up a 14, McCoy. And it was Huff bringing him down on the tackle. No huddle, hurry up. They will go to Jackson on the short out. Ball to 25. That's deflected by Huff and incomplete. I think the Eagles will want to equalize here. Medium slant to McDonald on 2nd and 10. Incomplete. It was a check down to McCoy, and McCoy dropped it. So McNabb, 8 out of 17. Both teams struggling with their passing game. I think I've said that a few times. Medium out to Harold Jackson on 3rd and 10. McNabb scrambles. Going to be close to the first. He gets it. They'll go no huddle, and they'll try to call a play real quick. McDonald. Incomplete. And it stops the clock at 14 seconds. Time enough for one more play. We'll put McCoy out wide, and we'll go to him on the short slant. Incomplete. 7 seconds left. Can't mess with it anymore. Akers will come on and try a field goal from 32 yards, and it's good. 3 seconds left to go. From my experience, that would seem to be too short a time to call a play and hope that the clock doesn't expire. Christie returned the punt, kick 31 yards to the 47, and that's the half. 7-3 Giants. So that was an interesting first half of play. We looked like we were going to have for the longest time a situation where nobody was going to score. But Sam Huff with the defensive touchdown, and then the Eagles drove down the field and got that field goal. And we are 7-3 at the half. So a reminder, we'll probably do 2 more HTFL games tomorrow via the old tape, non-live streams. Washington and Atlanta will be one of those games. I can't remember offhand what the other one will be, as we start week number 7. Then we do our weekend shows. We do Grand Slam Wrestling. That'll be up 10 o'clock on Saturday. We'll do an OOTP, and then we will do the Franchise Hockey Manager on Sunday. So let's get back to the game, shall we? And this has been quite an interesting defensive struggle. The Giants only have 71 yards of total offense, but they are leading 7-3. They have run 26 plays, 17 have been passes. The Eagles have run 37 plays. They have 133 yards. 19 of their 37 plays have been passes. And Brown back deep for the Eagles, and we'll get this second half started. Brown took it at about the 10, and he moves up to the 40. Nice return of 29 yards. As I said, both quarterbacks are struggling. And I'm looking for an offensive standout for one of the skill positions, and I'm not finding any. Nobody's had a good game, except maybe Sam Huff with his defensive touchdown. Off tackle left, McCoy. Blitz coming, so we're going to change it to a screen to Kish. And Kish picks up 4. Harry Carson on the tackle for the Giants, playing that 3-4 that nobody in the HTFL plays other than them. Bill Parcells loved that 3-4 defense and was successful with it when he coached the Giants. Trap left McCoy. Continue to work that left side. Gain of 4, so now it's 3rd and 2. We'll go McNabb on a dive. Trying to get him active in the running game, and McNabb broke free, gained 12. Huff got to him at the 40. And we'll take a look at that play again. Back to the base set. Off tackle right, McCoy. No gain. And it's Huff that reintroduces himself to LaShawn McCoy. We'll go to Mike Quick on a medium slant here. 2nd and 10. A sack by Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor came up and introduced himself. Hello, Mr. McNabb. I'm Lawrence Taylor. 3rd and 19. Ball to 49 now of New York. And what do you do on 3rd and 19 against a very staunch defense? We'll go to Harold Carmichael. That's what we'll do. That's deflected at the line and incomplete. Looked like Gastineau tipped it. So, Zimmerman comes on. It'll be a sideline punt. So try to shoehorn the Giants in, and that punt goes out of bounds at the 15. 10:58 left in quarter number 3. 7-3 Giants. First and 10 at the 16. This is Barber, who gains 5 yards. Barber on the day, 7 rushes for 22, 2 catches for 19. Second and 5 at the 21. That's Barber on the dump-off pass, and he gains 6 there. Bednarik makes the tackle for the Eagles. First and 10 at the 27. Whoever wins this game will be in first place in the Upper East Division. Gain of 8 for Barber on a dive play, and it was Vincent who made the stop. Second and 2, ball at the 35. And that's back to the line, and that's all for Matt Snell, hero of Super Bowl III. Douglas makes the tackle for the Eagles. Third and 2. Incomplete. Pass may have been caught by Barber.
Ruling on the field stands. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
And the Giants use their challenge on it, but not to a success. And it'll be 4th and 2. Giants will have to punt, and there's Younts. Punt will land inside the 15. Return fair catch or let it roll. I'm going to fair catch it. And that's fair caught at the 12 by Pritchard. So back to the Eagles. 8:05 left in the third quarter. 7-3 they trail. Kish. Off tackle right. And Ben Kish with a nice little head of steam. He gains 7. We'll look at him. Could also play linebacker and could also punt when called upon. Game logs. He has had, his best rushing effort was 86 yards against New England in a 24-13 win. Best receiving effort, well, he's had 3 games where he's caught 1 pass. Second and 3, ball at the 19. McDonald, medium fly. That is to Kish, who gains 11. And a first down for the Eagles. McCoy, pitch left. McCoy, no gain.
Encroachment, defense. Number 92, 5-yard penalty.
Strahan called for encroachment. And now it'll be 1st and 5. Ball at the 35. We'll go McCoy. Trap left. Just try to keep running on the inside. A gain of 3 for McCoy. Taylor makes the stop. Now a 2nd and 2. We'll go outside and run it with McCoy again. And McCoy's going to be close to the first down, and he gets it. Mo Lewis on the tackle for the Giants. We have 5:32 left, so I owe you a little chat time. Trap right, Kish. Like I used to say in the old days, stations, we owe you a station break, so I will owe you a little chat break here. Once we get through this possession, Kish loses a yard, dropped by Huff. We'll go Jackson, medium cross. And a sack by Lewis. Lewis doing a sack dance, which is not endearing himself to the Philly fans, and that's a loss of 9. McNabb 10 out of 22, Manning 6 out of 19. Both teams having troubles with the passing game. Medium fly to McDonald on 3rd and 20. Off his hands and incomplete. 2 drops today for McDonald. So Zimmerman will punt. And the punt goes 40. The return goes 5. So let me pop in and say hello to you all. This has been a very quiet game. Usually with the HTFL, you have a lot more scoring, but this has just been a slog. 7-3, the Giants leading. 2 good defenses, and the offenses have been pretty much held in check most of the game. So we will get back to it. I will disappear, and the game screen will reappear. 3:23 left in quarter number 3, 1st and 10 at the 34. This is to Snell, and Snell picks up 6. Giants still only have 96 yards of total offense. They have 44 rushing and 62 passing, but I imagine the net is counting sacks. So that's why it is at 96. 2nd and 4, ball at the 40. This is Manning. Looking for Castor, but incomplete. Now a 3rd and 4 at the 40. Manning, incomplete. Nobody there. And now the Eagles get it back on the punt. We'll check 3rd down conversions. The Giants are still wearing an 0 for 10, and Philly is 3 out of 11. So Yount's back to punt. And we're going to fair catch it. And it's going to be fair caught at the 16 by Pritchard. We have 2:20 left, 3rd quarter, 7-3. Giants still leading, even though they have not converted a 3rd down. And Manning is 6 out of 21. Kish, off tackle right. Gain of 3. Huff with his 10th tackle of the day. Good job by him so far for the Giants. McCoy will pitch it right and try to see if we can get any room on the outside. And McCoy breaks free. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. 40. 30. 20. To the 17. Gain of 64. And McCoy now with 103 rushing yards today, so he has emerged as an offensive standout. Kish, trap left. And it's going to be a gain of 1, and that's it. Weinmeister makes the stop for the Giants. We end the 3rd quarter. 7-3. Giants still leading, but the Eagles are threatening. Hello, everybody. Well, not the game I was expecting, but this happens sometimes in football where two good defensive teams show up and they just keep each other off the board. And that's what's happening in this game right now, he says, trying to suppress a cough. There. So we'll get back to it. 4th quarter, about to commence. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 9 at the 16 for the Eagles. Jackson, medium cross. Can they find pay dirt? Instead, it's a dump off to Retzlaff, and he gains 8. Patton on the stop for the Giants. And that makes it now a 3rd and 1 at the 8. And the Eagles have had success with McNabb in these situations, so we will go to him. And McNabb's going to get stoned there. Huff tackles him at the 9 for a 1-yard loss. So Akers comes on and will try a field goal from 26 to cut it to a 1-point game, and he gets it. 7-6 with 13:38 left in quarter number 4. Christie back deep for the Giants. To the 10, to the 20, out to the 35, but it's going to come back on an illegal block by Strahan. 1st and 10 at the 5. This is Barber, who gains 7. Douglas on the stop for Philly. 2nd and 3 at the 12. Barber's got a 1st down and a gain of 11. Maxie Bond made the tackle for the Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 23. This is Barber again, his 3rd straight carry, and this is a gain of 6. So he might need a spell here in a moment if they keep going to him. 2nd and 4 to 29, a marker before the play.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
And it's against Philly.
96, 5-yard penalty.
And that is on Clyde Simmons. 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking for Barber over the middle on a quick pass, incomplete. 2nd and 10, ball at the 34. Incomplete. That was Castor, the intended receiver, looking for, and Dawkins provided good coverage for the Eagles. 3rd and 10, same spot, the 34-yard line. And again, the Giants are stymied on 3rd down. They needed 10, they get 5. Barber from Manning for 5 yards. And the Giants win this game without getting a first down on 3rd down. We'll see. Younts, back to punt. It's taken by Pritchard. He returns it a little bit, 4 yards to the 20. And that punt for Younts went 45 yards. 1st and 10 Eagles. But now they only trail by a point, 7-6. Pitch left McCoy. With that 64-yard gain he had on the last series, he's now over 100. And Strahan on the tackle, no gain there. Kish on the dive. He gains 6 on that. Kish now has 7 carries, 18 yards. He also has 3 catches for 15. So this is a catching high for him in terms of number of receptions. 3rd and 4. We'll go Retzlaff, short cross. Blitz is coming, so we're going to turn it into a short slant. And they got it. A first down, a pickup of 12. By the way, let's look at the rushing, not the rushing yardage, but the total net yardage, 125 for New York, 40 plays, 24 passes. Philly with 251, 56 plays, and 31 have been rushes. McCoy, trap right. McCoy breaks free again. He's at the 40, down close to the 30, at the 30, before Rivas could get to him. And a pickup of 32. So McCoy, well, those 1 and 2 yard gains he had earlier in the game are paying off now. And it's 1st and 10 and at the 30. Trap right. Loss of a yard. Joe Klecko made the stop, who was in Smokey and the Bandit 2. You see him there. He's out of Temple. It's part of that New York Jets sack exchange defense. That was good for a while. Quick, a medium slant on 2nd and 11. McNabb out of the pocket. Throws it to McCoy, and he's got a first down. Pickup of 12. So McCoy now has 3 catches for 30 yards to go with his very good rushing day. Kish, off tackle right, 1st and 10. Giants in tight, but Kish gains 5. We have 5:57 left, and I think the Eagles are just going to try to play for the field goal that would give them the lead. Try to run out some clock. I'll tackle left McCoy on the 2nd and 5, and that's a gain of 5 and a first down. McCoy is at 83%, so he will need to come out. You put Ricky Waters in the game. Whole bunch of running backs that Philly could choose from. Wilbert Montgomery will get the nod. Had that first touchdown in the 1981 NFC Championship game that boosted the Eagles to Super Bowl 15. They lost to the Raiders. They beat the Cowboys for the NFC Championship that year. Trap left Montgomery. And Wilbert Montgomery with no gain. Carson brings him down. It's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll go to Kish. And they will go off tackle left. They're in no hurry to snap the ball. They want to just use up as much time as they can, which could come back to bite them, but we're going to try it here. Trap left Montgomery. And that's a loss of a yard. 4th and goal. 3 minutes left. The Giants could be trailing after this series. Eagles are going to take a timeout and milk the clock down to 2:25. Akers has a 79% chance of hitting this field goal from 23. And he pulled it right. Unbelievable. So the Giants take over at their own 20. 2:22 left to go. It's 7-6. First and 10 from there. Now the Eagles got to use their timeouts, and they probably regret using that one to stop the clock.
Defense. Number 55,
Bond.
automatic first down.
Pass interference that moves it out to the 42. First and 10. To Barber, who gains 2. Eagles will call a timeout. They have 1 left. 2nd and 8. To Barber. Gain of 6. Simmons on the stop. 2-minute warning. A 3rd and 2 coming up. All to 50. And short by a foot. They still did not get a first down. Eagles will call a timeout. They have 1:53 left. The Giants are 0 for 12 in third down conversions. We'll watch for a fake because it's so close to a first down. Punt goes out of bounds at the 8 by Younce, and Pritchard could not get to it. Goes to the sideline. So, with no timeouts left, Eagles got to use that sideline. Medium out to McDonald. Sacked by Gastineau. That is a safety. So the Eagles will have to punt it away. They cannot run an onside free kick. So they will have to punt it deep. And Tennell, with the punt going 54, returns at 11, and the Giants can run out the clock. 9-6 with 1:33 left. Barber gets the first down on first down, so the Giants will likely not get a third down conversion, but will win. First and 10 at the 47. This is to Snell. A 1-yard gain, 35 seconds left. This one is over, and New York has prevailed 9-6. I believe it is the lowest scoring HTFL game we have had yet. Manning, 7 out of 24, 67 yards. The Philadelphia defense gave him grief all game. McCoy will probably get player of the game honors, maybe Huff, for his defensive touchdown, which wound up being the difference. And there you go, 4 scores, and that was it. The touchdown by Huff, the field goals by Akers, and the safety by Mark Gastineau. Team stats, 146 yards for the Giants, and they win. 299 for Philadelphia, and they lose. There were 15 penalties in the game. The Giants ran 45 plays, 24 of them passes. The Eagles ran 38 rushes, 26 passes for 64 plays. They had 16 first downs. New York only had 9, and New York did not convert a third down, as I've been keeping track of. The Eagles went 2 for 3, only kicking field goals in the red zone. So that's it. New York goes to 5-1 and has a 2-game lead in the Upper East, as you could see up here. McNabb went into the game as the leading passer, and he has now dropped into 4th on the ratings. Kirk Cousins is leading the pass rating race. Jim Brown leading in rushing after Week 6. Larry Centers with 36 catches out of the backfield for the Arizona Cardinals, even though they're 0-6. Zerline with 59 points for St. Louis. Tomlinson leading the non-kickers in scoring with 11 touchdowns and 66 points. Wes Chandler leading in receiving yards at 524. We have a bunch of players with 4 sacks on the year. We only have Larry Wilson and Haynes of New England with 3 sacks. Levante David still leading in tackles at 66. In the power rankings right now, Cleveland, New Orleans, Carolina, San Francisco, and New York. So we go to week number 7, our first 3 games. First 2 we will probably do Friday, tomorrow, the 21st of August. Atlanta and Washington, Miami, traveling to New York. So New York even though 6 days will have gone, we're going to have them back right away. And then Baltimore will play Carolina. So I will come back on. Kayfabe is in the house. Yes, you are. Nothing wrong with a good defensive battle. Put Nick Foles in. Yeah. I don't know if I have Foles in the roster. I did make a quarterbacking change with McNabb in the second game when it was Philadelphia at Los Angeles on Monday night, and I was controlling Philadelphia as the home team, and McNabb was doing terribly, and I put Randall Cunningham in. That's what I did. But this was a very tight defensive struggle. And of course, the Eagles had the chance to win, but they blew a chip shot field goal. So that's it. Next live stream, I should point out, I'll get it out here on the banner, will be the State of the Games chat I always do on the second and last Sunday of each month. So that will be August 30th, 7 o'clock. And we'll just shoot the poop, if you will. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Again, your final was the Giants 9 and the Eagles 6. This has been Big Polly coming to you this last 1 hour, 1 minute, and 27 seconds. I hope you enjoyed the game. Take care of yourself wherever you are and whenever you see this, and we'll do it again real soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.